Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Speak Gently channel, where learning English is easy, relaxing, and fun. I'm Mark. Hi, everyone. It is wonderful to be back here with you all. I'm Jordan. How are you doing today, Mark? I'm doing fantastic, Jordan. I am ready to tackle one of the most requested topics in English learning history.
How about you?
I am doing great, but I admit, today's topic usually confuses me. I never know if I am in the bus or on the bus. You are not alone. Before we start, we want to say thank you for listening. Please, if you like our channel, subscribe and share it with your friends, and give us a like. It helps us a lot. Yes, please do. So Mark, let's solve this mystery. What are we talking about today? Today we are going to master the prepositions in, on, and at. We are going to look at them for time and for place. Okay. Is there a secret to this, or do we just have to memorize everything? There is a secret, a very helpful rule. We need to think about moving from general to specific. In is for the general, big things. On is in the middle, medium things. At is for the specific, tiny things. Okay, general to specific. In, on, at. Let's start with time. Great. Let's look at in first. It is the most general. We use it for general periods of time. In the future, in the past, in the present. Like, I'd like to get married in the future, or I studied hard in the past. Exactly. We also use in for years, individual years, decades, and centuries. In 1991, in the 90s, in the 19th century. I was born in 1994. Wait, really? No, I'm joking. We also use in for seasons. These are big parts of the year. In summer, in winter, in spring. I love seeing the leaves change in autumn. And getting slightly smaller, but still general, we use in for months and weeks. In June, in November, in 5 weeks' time. Hopefully the work will finish in a few weeks. Correct. And finally for in, we use it for general parts of the day. In the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. Okay, that covers in. It's for big chunks of time. Now, let's get more specific. On. On is much more specific. We use it for dates. On the 10th of June. On the 4th of July. Oh, remember listeners, in British English we say the 4th of May, but in American English they might say May 4th, but the preposition is still on. Good point. We also use on for days of the week. On Monday, on Friday. Even if we add a part of the day is stronger, so on Saturday morning. What about holidays? This is the trick. If the holiday has the word day in it, we use on. On Christmas Day, on New Year's Day, on a bank holiday. By the way, a bank holiday is what we call a public holiday in the UK when the banks are closed. Correct. But if we don't say day, we don't use on. But we will get to that in a minute. One last weird one for on. On time. This means you arrived at the correct time. I arrived to work on time. Now, let's look at the most specific one, at. The tiny point of the triangle. Exactly. We use at for specific clock times. At 10 a.m., at 3 o'clock, at lunchtime, at sunset. And there is a slang phrase using at, isn't there? ATM? Yes, at the moment. In text messages, people write ATM. What are you doing at the moment? Now, Mark, tell us about the holidays without the word day. If we are talking about the holiday period generally, we use at. At Christmas, meaning the Christmas season. At Easter, meaning the Easter weekend. So we eat turkey on Christmas Day, one day. But I spend time with family at Christmas, the whole period. Perfect distinction, Jordan. And there is one huge exception for parts of the day. In the morning, in the afternoon, but at night. Yes, always at night. Just memorize that one. Okay, that is time. Let's take a deep breath. Now we are going to move to place. The good news? The rule is the same. General to specific. I love good news. Let's start with in for place. In is for large areas, like countries. In England, in Ireland, and cities. In Jakarta, in Seville. When I went to Italy, I stayed in Palermo. We also use in for neighborhoods. In Kensington, in Manhattan. Now, Mark, what about vehicles? This is where I get confused. Here is the trick. We use in for small enclosed spaces where you have to crouch down to get in a car, in a taxi, in a helicopter. Ah, because I have to make myself small to enter. Okay, exactly. Also standard enclosed spaces, in a classroom, in the house, and interestingly, in a book or in the newspaper. I saw that in the dictionary. I read it in the Times. Okay, let's move to on. This is the middle. Less general than in, but not super specific. We use on for streets and roads. On Fleet Street, on Fifth Avenue, on the King's Road. Correct. And we use on for surfaces. This is the most common meaning. On the floor, on the ceiling, on the roof, on the table. Her office is on the first floor. The floor is a surface. Okay, let's move to transport. Jordan, if car is in, what about bus? Well, on a bus, I can walk. I can stand up. Exactly. If you can enter and stand up, we use on. On the bus. On the train. On a plane. That is such a good rule. Crouch down equals in. Car, taxi. Stand up equals on. Bus, train, plane. One more for on. Communications and media. On the TV. On the internet. On the radio. I was on the radio last week. Did you hear me? Finally, let's look at, the most specific place. Specific addresses. Yes, if you have the number, use at number 10 High Street, at the Red House. So, in London, city, on High Street, street, at 10 High Street, address. Perfect summary. We also use at for specific locations or functions, at the bus stop, at the museum, at the coffee shop, and group activities too, right? At a party, at a concert. Yes, and very importantly, for these three major places in life, at home, at work, at school, or at university. Mark, what about the top and bottom? We use at the top of the stairs, at the bottom of the page, at the end of the river. I have a tricky question for you, Mark. My laptop is on the desk, but where am I sitting? Ah, this is a special one. You put things on a surface. The laptop is on the desk, but you sit at a table or desk. I am sitting at my desk, because if I sat on my desk, I would be sitting on top of the wood. Exactly, and that would be very strange in an office. So sit at the table, put the food on the table. Okay, we have covered so much. I feel like we should do a rapid-fire quiz to test our listeners. Yes, we want you to mix time and place. Are you ready, Jordan? I'm ready. Let's go. The 90s. In the 90s. Time, decade. 2. The bus stop. At the bus stop. Place, specific point. 3. Monday. On Monday. Time, day. 4. My birthday. On my birthday. Time, specific day. 5. Night. At night. Time, exception. 6. A taxi. In a taxi. Place, crouch down, small. 7. A train. On a train. Place, stand up. 8. The ceiling. On the ceiling. Place, surface. 9. Christmas. General period. At Christmas. 10. Christmas Day. On Christmas Day. Wow, 10 out of 10, Jordan. Thank you. The rules really help. General equals in. Middle equals on. Specific equals at. It works for almost everything. In the morning. General. At 10 a.m. Specific. In England. General. At 10 High Street. Specific. Mark, let's do a little conversation role play to show how we use these naturally. Imagine we are planning a trip. Okay, I'll start. Hey Jordan, when are you going on holiday? I am going in July. I love traveling in summer. Nice. Where are you going? I'm going to stay in Paris. My hotel is on a beautiful street right in the city center. How are you getting there? I'm going on the train. It leaves at 8 a.m. on Friday. That sounds lovely. What will you do there? I want to sit at a cafe and read a book. Maybe read something interesting in the newspaper. That sounds like a perfect trip. Did you hear all those prepositions, listeners? In July, in summer, in Paris, on a street, on the train, at 8 a.m., on Friday, at a cafe, in the newspaper. It flows very naturally when you know the rules. And remember, if you are stuck in an exam or a conversation, just think of the triangle. Estimate how specific you are being. If it's huge, guess in. If it's tiny, guess at. Exactly. Now, we have a little challenge for our listeners today. Yes, we want you to write a sentence in the comments about where you live and when you were born. For example, I live in Spain, in Madrid. General. I live at 25 Main Street. Specific. And for time, I was born in 1995. I was born on April 12th. I was born at 6 a.m. Choose the one that fits the information you want to give. We will check your grammar in the comments. And remember to download the free PDF that Lucy mentioned in her video if you want to study this more. She has a link in her description. Yes, it's always good to have written notes. Well, we have covered a lot today. Time, place, triangles, crouching in cars, standing on buses. It's been a busy episode, but I feel much more confident now. I am glad to hear that. Thank you all so much for listening. You are doing a great job with your English. Keep practicing and don't be afraid to make mistakes. That is how we learn. Please subscribe to Speak Gently channel so you don't miss our next lesson. We will see you in the next video. See you at the next lesson. Bye everyone. Goodbye.